Hello everyone. All right, I just fixed the sound issue I was having. Sorry, I'm a bit late, but this sort of thing happened. All right, so we are back again for a session on Fedora infrastructure applications, and let us start this. I'm just a bit late, not too bad, but still here. So I have no idea what we're going to work on today. But I can definitely have a look at what is available. All right. Okay, let me share the screen now. Okay, you should be able to see the screen. Okay. All right. What do we have today? And do you have, like, if you have questions or things you want to ask, feel free to do that anytime. You don't need to wait for me to finish speaking because that is not going to happen. So, so yeah, take your time. Ask any questions you might have at any time. All right. So what do we have today? Let me see who's in the chat at the moment. Any familiar faces? Definitely some familiar faces. Hello everyone. Hello, hello. For those who were on vacation yesterday, I hope you're recovering and getting better today. All right, so what do we have as bugs? As far as bugs are concerned, we have something on Initia. Body is when editing and update, the page title should not revert to Fedora update system. That's new. Okay. This one is probably right. The page title changes to Fedora year hash type update to package to Fedora update system. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. This is basically a templating thing, and it should be simple to fix. Yep. And body is a bit of a beast, so if you're interested in contributing to it, that will probably be helpful to see the environment, especially as far as the tests are concerned, which are quite complex because body interacts with a lot of pieces, so the test system, the integration test system, is a bit complex. But it's working. I fixed it recently, so hopefully that's working now. Okay. This one has been worked on by someone, I think. Username doesn't work if username contains a hyphen. I think that Mattia has worked on it. Yeah, he already has a pull request linked to it. Okay, that's good. And yeah, I knew because I had a look at it already. Okay, that's documentation. Blah, 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 blah. This one is still there. Those are issues with FMN that have been in the queue for a long time now. And yeah, we could fix that. It's basically going to be TypeScript as far as the language is concerned. But simple things like just changing text and making things more clear in the language. So yeah, that's it. So first let me get some tea because I have I didn't get any, so I'm gonna make some tea first. And what do I have here? Very nice box. Plenty of teas in there. Yeah, let me try that one. Pear, vanilla, and almond. Cool. Okay, so let's go back to things. And it is brewing now. All right. So what do we have? That's text on the front end. And those were already things that I've selected in my shortlist of things we could work on. So that's cool. All right. What else? Yeah, that's basic HTML in Noggin, something we could work on because it's very simple and I don't have much time for, well, I can do overtime today, so we could do that. Okay, something on Tari is being rewritten, so not that. Schema should handle email too fast somehow. Yep, I've already added that to my shortlist. That's basically, should I say, yeah, Bugzilla to send message works with gets messages from Bugzilla and sends them to Fedora messaging, and Bugzilla works with email addresses as user IDs, not fast usernames as we have in Fedora, Fedora account system usernames, and so we need to convert basically. We need to convert that. All right. This is something that I worked on a previous stream. Giving a cookie should emit a message on the Fedora messaging bus. That's what I worked on last week, if I remember correctly. So then there's, well, maybe not last week, yeah. Mode, okay, Pag your exporter, that's a new one. Fragment the documentation. All three items are documentation, which is important, but not the best thing to show up on a stream. So probably going to skip that. There are websites. Free IPA, Epsilon. Yeah, Epsilon, not gonna touch that now. There's something on Pagure. Pagure messages also has issues. One of them I worked on in a previous stream, so there's that. And the other one is a way to improve the message that is being sent. So well, let me pull that down. Yeah. Yep. So node git diff for blah blah blah. Okay, that's yeah. We should improve that and have a message be more useful. Yep, be more useful to users. Like containing the diff would be nice. Okay, that's good. What else do we have? Fedora QA, neurosig, not my area of knowledge, so taskotron as well. Okay, so let me show you what I have on my shortlist. I have 4 items that I'm going to create a poll with. And hopefully it's already there. It's not. Okay. Right. That's one FMN. Then there's one on Bugzilla to Fed message. And then there's one on Pioneer Message. And there was another one on Noggin, if I remember correctly. That is not in my shortlist. I'm gonna add that. All right, Noggin. Where's my poll? It's right here. Okay. Okay. Let's make the poll now. All right, that's all the things we could be working on today. Feel free to vote, and if you have questions or if you want to add something to this list, or if you have something that I should take a look at, feel free to to mention it in the chat, and I'll have a look and maybe we can fit that in the stream. Or if you have questions like generic questions on Fedora, on Python, on programming, on web development, on anything. And you can ask anything, and I'm free to answer that I do not know, because that's the case most of the time. All right, let's see what this tea is about. All right. So what do we have here? Oh, we can chat. I mean, it's fine. We don't have to fix things. We can just talk about things if you want, if you prefer. It's all good. Yeah, documentation about Fed message. So, do you mention, so it's Cybug, yeah. Cybug asks me to share some documentation about Fed message. So, Fed message is a bit has a bit of history. Do you mean? Yeah. Let me go back through that. Fed message is a short term that's nice and handy, but refers to the old system that we replaced a few years ago. Fed message used to be a system to distribute messages amongst our applications using a 0MQ based system. So no broker, all the servers would be opening sockets that anybody could connect to and receive the messages by subscribing to them, basically. We replaced that a few years ago by something based on RabbitMQ, which is a broker. It's a message broker on the AMQP protocol. So the point of that is to have a central system where you would have all the subscriptions and the consumers registered there, and you would be able to see the throughput. You would have stats, and you would have metrics on how the system is going, and the central system would be ensuring that messages aren't lost if you are connecting to a server, like a server reboots, and you're connecting, you're missing some messages. Make sure RabbitMQ would make sure that the message stay in a queue that you would be getting afterwards when you're back up. So that's pretty handy. And the new system is called Fedora Messaging. It is a bit longer than FedMessage, so sometimes we refer to it as FedMessage. But FedMessage itself, the old system, is very, very close to being retired, even though we've been saying that for a while. But we have less and less applications that depend on it. So yeah, it's going to be replaced. The new system called Fedora Messaging has some documentation on the fedora-messaging.readerdocs.io website, and here you will have all the information about it. So you go to Quick Start, and it tells you how to set up a RabbitMQ server and use the API. If you want, you can use the Fedora's RabbitMQ server, even though that's totally optional. You can use the same API, like the same library, with a different instance, of course. It's all the same. It's all the RabbitMQ protocol. It's all the MQP protocol, sorry. So yeah, no worries with that. And there's a configuration. So the library is a Python library, but you can connect to AMQP, to RabbitMQ with any AMQP client. This one is basically, the Fedora messaging library is basically a way to ensure that messages are sent in the proper format, that things are easier than they would be if we allowed all the possibilities of AMQP. So things are easier with Fedora messaging than they would be if you would connect to RabbitMQ directly. The configuration file has a way for you to declare your bindings, which means what you subscribe to and how you subscribe to it. Lots of things. So if you're looking for documentation about Fedora messaging, that would be the right place to start. Does this answer your question, Cyborg? Cool. Any questions, feel free to ask them. All right. So I think the easiest, so there's the poll is going on, but there's nobody else. I think nobody else has nobody has voted on it yet. So we could start. We could do with the Noggin one, because it's going to be pretty simple and short. So it will be a good way to show and to display the different pieces that are involved when you make a new commit to Noggin, how you do the testing, how you push the pull request, how you add the news fragment, which is going to end up in the changelog for users. So yeah, we could do that. Let us go to the place where I have a Noggin clone. So first I'm going to close this poll because it's right in the middle of your screen. Goodbye, poll. All right, so Noggin, this is the Noggin extraction, and I think the branch is correct. We're on the dev branch, that's all good. This issue is 1327. I'm going to assign it to myself. Done, no one else works on it now. And I'm going to create a branch for it. First, make sure that my clone is up to date. It was not. Now it is. So git checkout -b fix 1327. Okay, that's my new branch. I am going to use Visual Studio Code today, if that's fine by you. Do I have an old Noggin? Yes, I do have a recent file. All good. Okay, so now I hope you can read that now. I think it should be better. All right. So what is this issue that they're talking about? First, I want to try to reproduce it. They can type username with the capital letters. Right. Let's try that, okay? First, I'm going to start the Vagrant machine. Most of our applications have a Vagrant file, and they use Vagrant to set up a development environment for you. Noggin is an application that is involved with authentication, obviously. So it depends also on the tiny stage clone repo. Right, tiny stage is a set of Vagrant machines. There are like 4 or 5 of them, more than that. Yeah, there's a few of them. And they aim to recreate an environment that you would find on the staging environment in Fedora or in the production environment in Fedora, so you can hack on your application without worrying about standing up an IPA server, a functioning authentication system, all that stuff, or even the Fedora messaging bus. So just Vagrant up. Then the names of the machines, you could not type any, and that would stand up, I think, IP and auth. Let's do it. Yeah, it's starting up IPA, auth. Auth is the VM that has Noggin, well, another instance of Noggin that we're not going to use. It has Epsilon, the OIDC provider, the OpenID Connect provider, and it has FastJSON, I think. And the tiny stage machine is just the basic ground stuff, such as RabbitMQ for the Fedora messaging system. Right, the machines are booting. I could actually turn off the auth VM, I think, because I'm going to be using Noggin and connecting directly to IPA, not the auth machine. So yeah, I'll turn it off. And I'm going to start Noggin, the Vagrant machine for Noggin. Yep. That's currently 4 machines running, but I can save one. So I'm going to, Is zooming the domain? I don't believe that. I'm going to restart it entirely. All right, Vagrant halt auth. I don't need this VM. That's going to save up some RAM, which is always good. And Vagrant up for Noggin. Yep, she's pretty good. Okay. So now I should be able to go to my browser and type noggin -dev .tidystage. Oh yeah, it's not running. Vagrant SSH. All right, Noggin restart. And there it is running. All right. What's the name of this VM? Noggin -dev. Okay. But tidystage.test 5000. It should be good. What's the status of it? It is running. That is good. Oh, it's only listening to localhost. That's not gonna fly. Yep. So what? Something's wrong here, but that's weird. Okay. Anyway, I'll fix it later. it should be running with 0000, but that's fine. Restart it. Oh, yeah, it crashed. Okay, that's good. That is because, yeah, because I did not update my environment, so I've updated the dependencies in the log file, in the poetry.log file, but I haven't updated my dependencies on my VM. So poetry install, which is going to update quite a few of my dependencies. And hopefully this problem is going to go away. You see it's upgrading Flask Babel from 2.00 to 4.00. So quite a jump. And let's restart again. All right, now the status should tell me that it's fine. Yeah, it's running. Okay. And now I have a nice Noggin running. As you can see, it's in French. That's all the bonus for you. All right, and I have users that have been added to TinyStage, and I can look them up by running IPA user find. Yes. I need to log in into Kerberos first. And I have plenty of users. William Young, for example, is the last one. Let's try that. And let's type it with caps. See if that works. Mixed case is not allowed. Try lowercase. Well, that's a pretty clear explanation. So what's the issue here? Oh, registration form. Okay, right. I want to register dummy user at example.com. I am definitely over 16. Does this work? Ah, yeah. Right. The filter here, yeah, the message here is only this character allowed AZ09-. Okay. So that's not great, indeed. Let's look at the code. At the moment, we have in the form, so there's Noggin directory, and there's a form directory behind that, and there's the register user form here, and that's a form. That's a form that comes from WT Forms. And the username has a few validators. It has a regex, it has a length, a regex, and a list of patterns that are blocked. Fine. What about the login user one? No mixed case, that's interesting. Let's see if I can reuse that one in the register user. No mixed case. I don't know what this validator proxy is. Let's have a look. What's a validator proxy? Oh, okay. Yeah, just a way to access the current app. Okay, that's fine. I don't think that's going to be necessary because I'm just using the no mixed case thing. So before doing the regex, I am going to do a no mixed case instance here. Well, it's just a function. Okay. Save that. Restart. What about this now? Still failing. That's because I still get the other validator. So what's wrong? Stop on error, validator proxy, okay. Okay. What happens if I put that first? Well, down the list. I think that this list is important, but I thought it would be best if I put it first, but let's check. Restart it. Check it. Ah, yes. So lower down the list is what comes first. That's okay. That's surprising, but I knew the order would be important. Okay, now mixed case is not allowed. Try lowercase. Only these characters are allowed. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, so it fails on both terms. Right, because there's a stop on error. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Nice to meet you here. Right, because we're running the stop on error thing here. So stop on error means that whatever validator fails in the list is going to block, like if it fails, not going to run the other validators. So we could do that. Stop on error, no mixed case. What is stop on error? Is it something provided by Flask, or is it something that we wrote? It is something that we wrote. Okay, that's just, okay. So it makes sure that if the validation fails, then it's not going to be going any further. Okay. Let's see how this works now. So I'm using stop on error this time, so it's not going to validate the mixed case and also validate the regex. Let's try that. Right, mixed case is not allowed, try lowercase. That's much better. And I think that would fill the idea of this ticket. I think we're good. That's just it. That's basically just it. So before, that was a very simple fix because all the code we had was already there. Just not on this form, not running on this form, but it was there already. So what we want to do now is make a test. We want to make a test. All right. Tests are here. There is already a test for, I'm betting there is a test already for the user, the login. So what functions do we have here? We have search, root authenticated, page not found, no. Test authentication, that sounds better. And here we have test login username case, that sounds good. Test giving username random uppercase letter. I'm going to reuse most of that test in another one in the registration form. That's all the errors in step one. I'm going to insert my check here. Bad format, yeah. I'm going to insert my check here. Okay. So here I have I do not need VCR. That's good. And I have I'm using post data step 1. And I'm going to set the register username to the me user, exactly what I had before in my direct test, I should say. Right, I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna do basically the same thing as here, which is make sure that I do not actually register the user when doing that. So record signal is a mock from here. I should actually have used the other test, but that's fine. So what I'm doing here is using a mixed case username. And then I'm recording all the signals that are sent to an outbox. And that's just to make sure that I don't actually create the user. And the thing is, what I want to test is that this field is the proper message, not that, but only mixed case is not allowed, try lowercase, which was this one. I think that should be sufficient. If I run this test now, it should fail because I have commented out, well, I haven't saved, but it should fail. Let me run the test. I'm not sure, like I almost never run the test using VS Code. I always run the test using Tox, but I suppose VS Code would work. What environments do I have? Oh yeah, I'm on Vagrant. I have Pi 310 unit test, and I want to only run the test login, which means I do not need the coverage. And I only want to run the test login. Oh, that's bad. Why is it this name? That's bad. I forgot to change the test name. Test step 1. Bad case. Or mixed, I suppose, mixed case. And that's not the one, that's test step 1 mixed case. Run it. And it is failing as we wanted. The message that we're getting is the one about the regex, and that's not as clear as we want. We want to have the better one. Okay, cool. Let's uncomment the validation that we had here and run it again. And it passes. So we know that it actually works. And it's always good to make sure that your tests fail if you don't include the code that should make them pass, because sometimes you write tests that always pass and they are used to nothing. They not only do they prove nothing, but they are bad because they will make you believe that the code is tested, and actually it's not. All right. Let us run the whole test suite now and make sure that we are not, all the coverage is still good, and we didn't introduce a regression to other parts of the code. We might have introduced a regression if we had uppercase users here, but we don't. Okay, cool. Still running. And now I'm going to write the news fragment. So in Noggin, we use a tool called towncrier to generate the changelog for us. It doesn't use the git log because the git log is for developers and changelogs are for end users. So it's two different things, and we have a different system for that. We are now going to fix, it's about fixing issue 1327. So we're going to create a new file called 1327 dot, is it the feature? Is the bug? I would say feature. Give a clear message to registering users who use a mixed case username. It's a bit long, but it'll do, I suppose. Did our test pass? They all passed and was still 100% coverage. Good. All right, so now I'm going to commit that. Can I actually run this test? I wonder if I can run the test in VS Code itself. Oh, run and debug. Launch and debug. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to run the tests. Or is it testing? Yeah, that's testing. Okay. Configure Python tests. Oh, my interpreter is bad. Okay, sorry about that. Select one. We're going to select the Noggin AAA. Okay. Configure the Python tests, and it's PyTest, definitely. Directory containing the test is tests, but it's actually tests/unit test. Should have written that. Oh, test/unit. No, not test/unit. Yeah, test/unit. Why is it not validating this input? I do not know, but it's definitely not doing it. Tests, unit. I don't know, actually. I almost never run the tests, this way. Yeah, so this episode, I have so many issues trying to get VS Code configured for stuff like this. It's intentionally complicated. I really don't know. It's just very complex. But I suppose that there is a very large number of ways to run tests. So maybe it's just not possible to do it. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. It's just very complex. I usually just run talks and be done with it. I wanted to see if there was something better here, but really, yeah. I try to refresh the tests. I see nothing. Test run sees nothing. Maybe it's just poorly configured because it's expecting, where's the configuration? It should be in the .vs code, right here, settings, okay, no test, no, unit test, no, PyTest, yeah, PyTest args, okay. That makes more sense. Tests unit, okay, see if that works now. Really, it's unclear. What do I run PyTest with? Just tests/unit, and that's it. Yeah, I'll just not worry about it and keep going. Okay. Okay, next step. Next step is source code. So I'm going to add the changes to my register user. So that's, yeah, the main thing. I'm going to add the tests, the new test that I made, and the news fragment. The rest is just things that I had locally and that aren't really linked to this issue. And as a commit message, I could totally reuse that, because in our case, that's simple enough. Actually, that's a bit long, so I'm going to keep a smaller one. Fixes, issue, yeah, please. Fixes 1, 2, 3, 2, 7. Do it. If you look at the output of Git, yeah, it's failing, right? Pass, error. Okay, I have incorrectly sorted imports on register user. That's weird because it should be resorting themselves automatically when I save, but that's fine. Let's try again. All right, what do we have now? Incorrectly sorted or formatted. That's isort being unhappy. Well, wait, what? Show me the output of Git. isort is unhappy, register user. That's this file. The imports aren't correctly sorted or formatted. Are they not? Really? Why? Let us see. What does precommit? So precommit runs the isort thing. That's -c for check. I won't see the diff. I think isort has a diff option that will let you. It's going to show you the difference. Isort. Yeah. I think it has a dash diff. It probably even has a shortcut for that. df. Diff is fine. Okay, save it, and now run the commit again. Oh yes, it's yeah, it's fine. It wants me to commit the change. Show the output, please. So it wants to put nomic. Okay, so it's not sorting Right, so I guess there's a difference between the configuration of black and the configuration of isort here. And they are stepping on each other's toes. Because if I put that up here, black is going to put it down there. Okay, right. I'm probably going to configure isort to allow that. Because I'm going to keep black and isort is probably going to be replaced by rough at some point. So let's keep the black configuration as standard and change the other one. And that would be in pyproject.tuml, where we can configure isort. Where is isort? No, I mean this file. Profile is black, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Force alphabetical sort within sections. Let's see the isort documentation. I only have the rough the rough history. So isort configuration. With pre-commit, that's very interesting, but that's not what I want. Skip file, no. Add black config file, custom sections and ordering. I just want to not care about the case. Can it do that? I'm pretty sure it can. Options, maybe. Yeah, that's a lot of options. Okay. Known, blah, blah, blah. Multi-line, indent, length, sort, item. Case sensitive. By default, it is not case sensitive, and I want that to be case sensitive, I suppose. What do you say, isort? Are you happy now? Blah, 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 blah. Back to this. I have made a change here. Let's include it. Do it. Is it happy now? Okay, let's now specify that we do not want to be case sensitive because it might have been set to case sensitive by the profile itself. Even though the default is to be not case sensitive, setting the profile to black is setting some options, and maybe that's one of them. Let's see. It's unhappy. What the hell is this? Oh. So, okay, wait. So I want to, I want to be case sensitive, no? So it should be a true here, not a false. I mean, you fix the issue in like 2 minutes and then you spend 20 minutes fixing the tools around it. It's been annoying. Maybe that's the one for alphabetical sort within sections. poetry run isort diff check. Oh yeah, and I need right. It is happy about this one. If I put this configuration issue again, okay. So forced alphabetical sort within sections is the one thing that makes it not work or makes it unhappy. I'm just going to remove that issue, that thing here. And case sensitive, it needs to be true. If I set it to false again, it's still working. Okay, let's remove the option and see if we can commit now. Is isort happy about it? I hope it is. Apparently it is. That's cool. Okay, and now I have a slight idea that this is going to fail when we do tox lint, because I think that this change in the isort configuration is going to affect a lot of files, actually. A lot more files than the one that we were committing. No? Fine. Flake8, RST, okay, format maybe? Format is likely to be impacted. Black is happy. Ah, there it fails. Okay, so now let us just run isort on everything. It's fixing those files. Let's run the format again. Okay, I'm pretty sure, so we have changed a few files here. I'm pretty sure it's very harmless. Just imports for the isort config change. Just really something unrelated. Okay. All right. So now we have 2 commits that can be sent. And I usually do a git push -u fork, because that's my personal fork is called fork in the remote list. So let's do it. And let's create the pull request. I'm going to reuse the main commit name. Wait, what was it? Registration form, better error for mixed case usernames. And this fixes 1327. Do it. Seems fair. Oh, hey. Imoloism is raiding us, I think. Apparently us. That's fun. Hello everyone. If there's new people coming in, then feel free to say something in the chat or ask questions, and I'll be happy to answer. So hi everyone. We are currently fixing an issue on Noggin, which is the self-service user account manager, I would say, in Fedora. And we've just finished. I've sent the pull request on GitHub, waiting for the tests to pass, but it should be good. I think that the whole point was to show how you hack on one of the Fedora applications. You just run the Vagrant box. You make the changes, write a test, make sure that the test coverage is still good, add the fragment for the changelog, and yeah, that's it. Send the pull request. And they all passed. All right, I'll wait for somebody to review that, and then we can merge it and go on, and this issue would be fixed. That's pretty neat, no? All right, who's in the chat at the moment? Hey, way more people. Hello, everyone. I have never... So I'm kind of new to Twitch, and even as a viewer, I don't really view a lot of streamers, and I'm totally new to the streaming side of Twitch. So I do not know how to send a raid, but oh, there's a button for that. Okay, cool. Let me try that. So we're done here. I think we just have to wait for the thing to pass. So I'm going to stop there unless you have questions. If you do have questions, now's the best time. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and figure out how the raid thing works. I have no idea. Or Fedora? Is there somebody doing Fedora stuff? No, that's people playing, which is nice, just not really the people we have here. Do you want me to try this raid thing? Because I've never actually done that, so... Maybe you have people on Python. Nope. Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, and Fortnite. So nope, definitely not that. On Fedora, maybe? Nope. Okay. What about open source? Or free software? Nope. Other distributions, maybe SUSE. I have no idea. I'm going to be trying to find new streamers for next time, and so I can do this raid thing. Interesting. I'm gonna do some research on Twitch and find some streamers that I could send you to have some interaction. That would be cool. Very interesting. I'm trying to develop is a remote control for Telegram with Python. Oh, okay. What do you mean by remote control? What will you be controlling in Telegram? There's a very simple Telegram send library that already exists in Python and lets you basically do a bot to send you messages on Telegram. I use that for notification from Zabbix. You know, the network and system monitoring thing. That's pretty handy. And so what do you want to be remote controlling then? So you send some instruction in a group, in a Telegram group dedicated to it. I have a VPN on with Python. Oh, okay. Okay. I see. So you use a Telegram group as a way to execute commands on a separate machine. That seems pretty hard to secure. That's probably very handy because you have all your history of the commands in your chat. But yeah. And okay, so it's going to be running Python instructions, or are you going to be running shell commands? So it's more like a SSH over Telegram thing, if I understand correctly, which is interesting. It's interesting because you have all the history here, and you don't have to open ports on the server, like have a SSH client on your phone, for example. Started with .bat. Okay, that's interesting. I think you would have an interesting time trying to secure that and make sure that nobody can, like, only you can send messages to your server and make it execute things. But yeah, that's a very interesting topic. Yeah, so development say that they're doing it with Windows and it's a mess. I don't even know where to start with shell scripting on Windows. There's probably PowerShell, but I've never actually done that. I am lucky enough to have worked with Linux on my entire career. I discovered Linux and open source early in my college life, I would say, and decided that I wanted to work with that as soon as I ended college, and I've been working with Linux ever since. I think the last version of Windows that I worked with was like Windows 2000, maybe. So, yeah. All right. That's an interesting project. I have other projects. I have a project that I want to start, and I have started making some designs yet, but that's not a Fedora thing. It's something on the side. It's related to one of my other passions, which is karaoke. Lots of stuff to do with that. Anyway, I'm going to stop here, and I'll find some other Twitch users to send you to next time. I see that there is one that I know, but he's not online at the moment. So yeah, I'll try to find some reference for you. And in the meantime, have a good weekend and see you probably next week for some more hacking on Fedora infrastructure applications. It was a pleasure, and that's all I have for you today. See you. Hey, Lenka. See you next time. Bye.